Number 8. Oh god, this is gonna be so good. Hi friends! I hope you've all been doing well. Today we are going to be talking about how to buy secondhand clothing from Japan, because it is definitely a lot cheaper than buying it brand new, and also really good for Mother Earth. And if there are like older pieces that are out of stock that are like your dream pieces, kind of like this hat for me, a lot of Decora icons have worn this in the past, and so I'm so lucky that I was able to find it. So I'm gonna share the secrets, the tips and tricks on how to find these secondhand things. And also, it is a little bit like thrifting, but online. And so it's a lot more convenient, especially during Panera times that are happening right now. So yeah. And on top of that, I have been noticing a lot of people selling 90s/early 2000s Japanese brands on Depop, which is an app where you can buy like secondhand stuff or even brand new things. So I've been seeing brands like Angel Blue, Hysteric Glamour, Mini K, Mezzo Piano, etc. for very high prices. And then you'll see in the caption, it'll say something like super rare Y2K 2000s vintage retro Japanese brand, cannot find anywhere else, only fits XXXS to an XXS baby tee. And the reason why a lot of these pieces are so tiny is because they are literal kids' clothing brands. They are meant for children. And I saw someone on TikTok where they did an unboxing of an Angel Blue jacket that they bought. And when they tried it on, they said that it was toddler sized. And that's because it literally is toddler sized. So, But I'm very curious to know how people feel about these Depop resellers, because on one hand, people are kind of having to hustle right now, especially during the troubling economy right now, and they spend like their time and effort trying to look for all of these pieces. But on the other hand, people are saying that these Depop resellers are scamming people. They are ripping them off for charging 10 times the amount of what they paid for these items, and that it is also taking away these pieces from people who can't afford brand new items and people who rely on these secondhand things, so that, they can have cute clothes too, because we all deserve to wear cute clothes. And so people feel like it's really unfair to those people. So yeah, please let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very curious. And at this point, I'm kind of just like, you know what? I'm just gonna teach people how to find these things so that everybody can have this knowledge and people can just directly buy it themselves. So I will be going over the websites, how exactly I do it, and some tips and tricks at the end. So let's go. The first thing you need to know about buying secondhand from Japan is the only way to do it is through a shopping service, a proxy, a middleman, unless you're lucky enough to have family or friends who live in Japan, because you're gonna need a Japanese address, phone number, credit or debit card over there to buy from the seller straight up. And by sellers, I mean people like you and me who, want to get rid of the clothing that they've already worn and want to sell to other people. So where you would first find all this secondhand stuff, this is the starting point for where you would find the actual stuff, is on websites like Frill, which is kind of like Depop but based in Japan. They have like the same concept of you list your item on the app and then, somebody else, if they want it, they can buy it. And another website is Mercari Japan. So just like how we have a Mercari here in America, there is also a Japan-based one, and that one is exclusively for their Japanese users. And then there is Yahoo Japan Shopping and Yahoo Auctions, which I wouldn't recommend to somebody like starting out doing all this buying secondhand overseas. But definitely over time, you can learn to do those things and learn how to utilize auctions, because that's another way to get some pretty affordable stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the middleman, the shopping service that you would want to use that are available out there. So to be able to get these items from that starting point that I was talking about earlier, you need to use these websites. So some of these websites you can input the link of the item that you want, and some of them you can just directly buy what you want by searching it through the website itself, so you don't have to, start from those earlier websites that I was talking about. And the main difference with all of these websites are gonna be their different fees. So you're gonna wanna have to check them out and see what works best for you. The first shopping service that I've used before is called From Japan, and I used them before because there was an artist in Japan who was selling accessories, but they couldn't ship overseas for some reason. So I took the link from that artist's own website and then I gave it to From Japan. They gave me the quote of how much I would have to pay for that item, and I think their fee as well. So I paid that thing, and then From Japan bought that item from the artist for me, and the artist shipped it to From Japan. And then once you reach them, they're like, hey, it is here. Are you ready for shipping? And so then I would have to pay the shipping amount, and then they shipped it to me, and then I got it. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated, but it is, yeah, there's basically From Japan is that middleman who helped me out to get that thing. So yeah. Thanks, From Japan. Some other websites I've heard from friends are Zen Market, Japonica Market, which are they both have the same concept as From Japan. And there is also Tenchi Shop, which specializes in Lolita and J fashion, and Sunflower Seed Shopping Service, SSSS. And the cool thing about these two is that they can physically go to a store for you. So let's just say there is an IRL shop that you want something from, they will go there and get it for you and then ship it to you. Now, my personal favorite shopping service out of all the ones that I've tried so far, after years of buying clothing, accessories, plushies from Japan, and even my husband, he uses this website as well to buy car parts for his JDM car, and that is Buyee. I found that it's been the easiest to use as an English speaker because you can change the language to English, and there are a bunch of other languages that they have as well, like Espanol, Bahasa Indonesia, Deutsch, Thai, Russian, Korean, Chinese, etc. There's a bunch of languages that are on there that you can switch to, so you don't have to keep Google translating everything. And with Buyee, you can just go on the website and buy the thing that you want directly. You don't have to go through a different website and then give the link to them, and it's a super complicated process. It's just you go on there, you click it, you buy it, and bam, you got it. Because one time I had a frill order that wouldn't go through From Japan because for some reason the person selling on frill didn't want to deal with From Japan. So yeah, it's just super easy peasy to buy stuff on Buyee. So now let me give you a little tour of the Buyee website and how to get stuff on there. Right, so here is the homepage of Buyee when you look it up. When you look it up, Buyee.jp. So they have Yahoo Japan Auction on here, Yahoo Japan Shopping, Mercari, Rakuten, Zozo Town, and a bunch of other websites as well, which I'll click on in a second. And there's also Amazon and Add to Buyee. So how this works is that if they have other websites that they don't have on here already that you want to buy from, it's kind of like an extension. So these are the shopping sites that you are able to directly buy from on Buyee. So like the ones that I mentioned earlier, they also have fashion brands like these ones right here for toys and games. Oh, the Evangelion store, cool. And books, CDs, DVDs. Ooh, Eyes One, what? I didn't know that was on there. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, yeah, they have a bunch of other home stuff as well. Health and beauty, many things that you can look through. For me, whenever I get all my secondhand stuff, I go through Mercari. I like Mercari the best out of all these other ones that are on here because there's like a wide range of stuff and it's still pretty affordable. And these are like all my recently viewed items, and I've been looking at Lolita dresses recently because I want to like put together a deco Lolita look. But let me go ahead and like look up something. So let's just say I am looking for 6% Doki Doki stuff. I would just type it in and then search, and then it pulls up all the 6% Doki Doki items that people are selling. And like sometimes it can still be kind of pricey, but sometimes when you spend your time looking through everything, you will find some pretty good deals. Like this 6% Doki Doki bag here, it is literally $8.42. So they'll have it on yen they'll have it listed in Japanese yen as well as the USD price, and right up here is where you would like change the language and stuff. But so let's just say that this is the bag you want it. You look through all the pictures and you're like, yes, I want this. This right here at the bottom has an item explanation that was written by the person selling it. And if you want to read it in English, you would just click the translate and then you can select your language and it translates it. Very convenient. And so when you do decide that you want this, you would just add it to your shopping cart, and then bam, it is in your shopping cart, and you would just proceed to the order page, and this is where you would order the item. And Buyee, they have like insurance stuff. So let's just say you just want to make sure that in case like the package gets lost or there's like damage to it or anything, you can get insurance on it for about like $5 for insured delivery. There's like different plans and stuff, and you can check out the plan list and stuff. For me, literally 100% of the time the item is perfectly fine, and I haven't had any packages go missing, thankfully. So I always just go with the light plan, which is $0. So you don't have to do the insurance if you don't want to. And then there's gonna be a little service fee, which is $3, and then a payment fee, which is $2. And the total that you would pay right now for the item is $13. So you can use your PayPal account or a credit card, or if you have Alipay, and you would just hit on submit order. And that's it. Buyee will go ahead and purchase it for you. Once the item has already been shipped to Buyee, they have like this, I'm guessing a big warehouse where they keep all the stuff. It'll show up in your in storage right here because that is your item that you purchased, and you are able to pick like your delivery options because there's going to be a bunch of different delivery options that you can get. So there's different shipping methods. There's EMS, air, SAL, C-mail, which is the slowest but the cheapest out of all of them, FedEx, UPS, DHL, and EMS is the most recommended option, but it is the most priciest. But you will get the item in 2 to 4 business days, which is incredibly fast compared to C-mail, which takes 1 to 3 months. I think I've only ever done it once, and yeah, it took a couple of months, so I don't really recommend that unless you are on a budget and you don't mind waiting. Then I would go with C-mail. But yeah, there's many different options. Some of them are not available at the moment. I can't remember which ones exactly, but I think the last time I got something shipped, I used DHL, and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't as pricey as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, there's many different options. You can do slow shipping for cheaper, fast shipping for more expensive, and even do combined shipping, which I will talk more about in a little bit. And if you want to learn more about how exactly to use Buyee, they have a usage guide. If you go like scroll down to the very bottom, it's right here. It says usage guide, and it tells you exactly if you are more of a reading kind of person, it shows it to you on here, like how to place bids and all these different things. I understand it can be very, very confusing at first, and like understanding about all the usage fees and the shipping and all that kind of stuff. They lay it out all for you so that it is pretty understandable. And then after a while, you kind of get the hang of it. So yeah, there's like a flat rate of $3 per order. And then they also have a simple estimating tool of how much the item might be. I'd say definitely the downside to buying secondhand from Japan is the shipping. If you've ever bought anything from overseas, you would know it's very pricey. These things are flying on planes to get to you, coming from boats and stuff, so it gets pricey. So how I combat that is I will buy a bunch of cheap stuff over time, save it up in my storage at the Buyee warehouse, and then I will ship it all together, kind of like a big haul, like a nice big Christmas present. And instead of just shipping one item for $20, shipping that big box will cost me $50 instead. Which if you divide 50 by 20 items in that one box, let's say, it would just end up being $250 shipping per item, which is honestly not so bad. And that's exactly what I did with my recent Buyee order. I got a little haul. I don't know how I feel about that word, but I got a recent box of things from Buyee, and I have it on my TikTok. If you want to see all the stuff that I got like 20 things. And if you would like to try out Buyee for yourself, Buyee didn't sponsor me for this video, but they gave me like a discount code kind of thing. So if you want to use the discount code, I have it linked in my description, and it'll give you 2,000 yen, $20 off of international shipping if you want to like buy one big item or a bunch of small things. That will be linked down below just for you. All right, so now on to the tips. The tippity taps. Number 1, Google Translate is your friend. It's not perfect, but Google Translate is trying their best. They do have like Google Translate thingies on the website, just like how I was showing you like the description of the item. You can translate it directly, or sometimes what I will do is I will just like copy and paste whatever the title is of that item, put it on Google Translate. There's also DeepL, which I like a lot better than Google Translate. It definitely translates better than Google Translate. So I would check out DeepL as well. Number 2, you could learn some Japanese katakana in a week. So you can read words like T-shatsu or jaketo. I know this sounds a little bit dumb, but it's literally so helpful if you want to just skim through the different pages super fast and easily figure out what that thing is. Bam! Sweet knowledge. Number 3, sizing. This is very important so you don't end up getting a toddler jacket. So if you see 120 cm, 130 cm, 160 cm, those are kid sizes. Remember that. If you see any like centimeter listing on there, beware, because those are the Depop Y2K 2000s baby tees. Watch out. If you really like the item though, I would say a 160 cm would fit an American S to a small M, and an 150 cm would fit like an XS. And to make things easier for you when searching up, you can put in the search bar Angel Blue 160, and then bam, you'll get all the Angel Blue in that exact size for yourself. Number 4, if there is no size explicitly listed, there's no measurements, no pictures of the size tag, then I wouldn't recommend risking it, because you just never know with these kinds of things. But you know, it's your money, and you know, you can do what you want to, but I just want to warn you, you can't tell how big or small something is just from looking at pictures, or even looking at pictures like on a model and stuff. You can't really ever tell those kinds of things. So just to be safe, remember always to look through all the words and pictures and stuff. Okay? So number 5, kind of tying into what I said earlier, just a general thing. please use common sense when you try to buy these things from overseas, especially if you don't know how to read Japanese. Look through all the pictures, read the entire listing just to make sure that you are buying what you think you're buying, because sometimes, you know, they have a picture of a shirt and then there's like a tiny little card right there. You end up getting in the card because there's just misinformation all around. So just to be safe, read through everything, and I'd further recommend to make sure that the listings pictures aren't stock images, just to be safe. And even if it wasn't Buyee, I would also like recommend, like, let's just say you're shopping on Depop, I wouldn't buy something that just has stock images. I always ask the person selling, like, hey, do you have pictures of the actual item, you know, just to be sure. You want to be safe, protect yourself. Number 6, so one thing that I do to try to find new brands and new things, and kind of like branching out from the same old brands that I usually check out, I will click on the seller's name, because you can look through what everybody has. Actually, let me pull up the website and give you like an example. So you can see right here on the listing, it has the seller's name right here, Miru Miru, and you would just click on it, and these are all the things that they have for sale. So see, they have this like really cool AC/DC rag tee. This is Rodeo Crowns Wide Bowl. I've never heard of this before, but that looks really cool. And you can see all the other things. Wah! My dude, he is here. And yeah, just look through all of the other things that they might have that could be of interest to you as well. So you could find stuff from other brands or even unbranded items, because not everything has like a brand and stuff. So that's a tip that I have that I do. Woohoo. Number 7, don't get too specific with what you are searching. So don't like put in a bunch of words. I would recommend looking up the brand names, or for myself, what I will do is I'll put in the Japanese translation for the word rainbow, so that you can get like a wide range of things to look for, and you don't end up missing out on something, because sometimes some sellers don't add enough like descriptions and words to the description part. The brands I recommend searching up if you like J fashion just like I do are brands like Galaxy, Listen Flavor, 6% Doki Doki, AC/DC Rag, Candy Stripper, which all have adult sizes, so you won't have to worry about getting a toddler size jacket. Number 8. Oh God, this is gonna be so good. Number 8. Just keep searching, just keep searching, just keep searching. Okay, I'm gonna stop. With time, just like everything, it takes practice till it gets easier. So you will train your eye to look for certain things that you want, which is kind of like how when you thrift IRL, you know, over time you kind of find out like, okay, I'll look at these patterns on the shirt to sift through them easier. So it's kind of like the same thing. So that is that. I know that was a lot of information. I'm very sorry. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I might try to do like a part 2 answering all of the questions that y'all have. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. And if you want to try out Buyee for yourself, I have the discount code linked down below in the description. And if you want to see the haul that I got from Buyee, it is also on my TikTok. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.